Son.
57's the mic. So we got man.
Check, lady.
Kill. Check 37. Check. Lucky. 57.
Lady.
57.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Clay, he'll have a first down past the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Hey, watch it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first down, Clay, and only able to get two here, stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike's 57's Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
From the 30 on second down, Darnold, man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And to give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Tight dog.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Man, Eddie.
Shift.
Slam. Watch the safety creep.
They'll try and run for it. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury.
Here we go.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now they try the right side here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Evans from the gun on third down. This is the tight end Fant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 24. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Noah Fant. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around? Tyler Lockett. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyler Lockett, 82 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. They had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Say. Joker.
Now Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. He's no lady. He's checking. Crash. No. Off. Hey, switch gears.
Pick the edge. Go. Check 50.
36.
No lady.
SOS.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Finding room at the 30. It's caught, Lockett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Watch safety creep. Red 80. He's creeping. Shift. Red 80. Switch. Check. Red 80. Crunch. Slip. 80.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back them up halfway. So they'll walk them back half the distance. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Get your swerve on. Showing it. Check. Red 80.
Hey, check 24. Motion.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Let's go, defense.
Red 80.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Red 80. Defense all day.
Darnold from the gun. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Going to give this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Lutz to try to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring
Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They come out here in the I. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Five.
Switch.
Second down and 10, Darnold. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Watch the slant. Motion.
Ready.
50 seconds, Mike.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 38 there on third down. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Rush in.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Man up, D. Switch. Check the backer. Watch it.
Lady.
You got tight right there. Check.
Check.
Kill.
On second down now, Clay. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Here we go, son.
Watch 57.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 37.
Check. Lucky. Check 24. Back.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I'm coming after you. Motion. 57 to Mike. Get ready.
49. Check.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now they try the right side here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
No, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Hey, let's go. Man, lady. Shift. Watch the shift. Shift.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
50 seconds to Mike.
Let's go, D. Lady.
Slam.
On first down, Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
Alert 3.
Man, 80.
Alert 3.
Bravo.
Mike 57.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
You're red 80. Begin.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Watch the shift.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Now a handoff looking right. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Check 4, check 4.
Go. Watch the twins.
Hey, check it.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
You ain't going nowhere.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 30-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 3. Squeeze.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
56. Joker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Quick edge. Go. Check 50.
36.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. never even got to it.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Check, 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 check. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Now a handoff looking right, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Right back to him on 1st down. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time, as they're on him quickly once more. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Big series right here. You got to step it up. Check.
At the
Check.
35-yard line.
Check.
No, lady. Under crunch. Under crunch. Check. Check hot route.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On the double. Mike 51. Hey, here we go. Slam. Put it up.
Now they try the right side here. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on. Hatchet. Hatchet. Let's go. He's set. He's checking single. Check, single.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now Evans off the play fake. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They come out here in the eye.
Right there, 56.
No gain on this defense. No.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Lady. Red 80.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
And they give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
Let's go.
1st and 10.
Kill. Rush in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
6
10
guys. Check 6.
at
Red
the
80.
44-yard line.
Switch. Red 80.
Check it back. Check it.
No 80.
Now they try the right side here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Watch the edge.
The red 80.
You got tight right there. Check. Watch that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Kill.
Check 37.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Now this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Here's Evans throwing on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now it's Darnold. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here comes the Saints punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Target, 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 target. Mike 56, Mike. You run. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. I got you.
Back to throw is Evans. Operating from the gun. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Clay. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Red 80. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Good. Watch the twist. Watch the safety creep.
Check safety.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
You can't block me.
Wide. Get wide. Check 43.
Alert 3.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold, and he's got Lockett. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 5 at the 20-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now a handoff looking right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Now they try the right side here. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's complete to Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Who that? No. Off. Hey, switch gears. Ready? Ringo.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Wild Bill.
Red 80. Come. Check 50. Check Red 80.
36.
Here we go.
One last throw now for Darnold. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.